Hello beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're very much welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always stopping by. I really appreciate you. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to cut and also how to sew this beautiful batwing crop top. So if this is something you want to learn how to sew, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Welcome back, guys. So the first thing you'll be doing is to measure the length of your top. You know it is a crop top, so I'll be using 18.5 inches as my length. So on that line, I'll just rule a line across that area. So on that line, I'll measure my shoulder measurement divided by 2. So my shoulder measurement is 15. So 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Then the next thing to measure now is to measure my bat wing length. So to know that, you just place a tape rule across your hand as if you want to take a sleeve measurement. Then anywhere you want your bat wing to get to, you locate that. So I want mine to get to 16. I want it to get to 15, but I'll be measuring 14 because I'll be adding 1 inch band to it. So after I've joined the 1 inch band, everything will be 15. So that's why I'm measuring 14 inches here. So I'm sorry you can't see what I'm measuring, but very soon I will change the chalk. I'll change the chalk to a more brighter one. Please bear with me. So on that line, you just go down by 1 inch at that bat wing length, that is the 7.5 plus 14. So at the end of that point, you just go down by 1 inch just to create a shoulder slope. So I've changed my chalk to a more brighter color. This is the brightest color of chalk I have. So that's why I'm drawing this again. Then the bat wing length, which is 14 inches. So that's it over there. Then at that point over there, I'll just go down by 1 inch. So that's the slope I'm ruling out there. So the beginning of the slope will start from my shoulder measurement, that is the 7.5. So the slope will start from the 7.5 to the 14 inches. Just the normal slope, just as if you want to draw your shoulder slope. Then I'll roll a line from that point downward, that is the end of my top. I'll just roll it downward towards the end. Then I will measure my bat wing opening. So for this, I'm using 12 inches. This 12 inches consists of half inch joining at both sides, the upper part and the lower part. So the opening altogether would be 11 inches. So now to know the wideness of this top, I'll just take my waist measurements times 2 with some few inches. My waist is 28, and you know 28 divided by 2 is 7. So but here I have 16 inches, that is times 2 plus some inches. So after that, I'll just draw a curve connecting this point together. Just a simple curve. The curve should not go in very much. You can use a French curve alternatively if you can't use your free hand. Just a small curve just like this. You know, we'll be putting elastic at the lower part, so we have to have enough at the end over there. So the next thing to do is just to cut out what I have, and this is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like after cutting. So the next thing I will do now is to just cut my neck measurement. So this one will serve as the back bodice. So I'm measuring 2.5 or even 2¼ inches by 1 inches. 2¼ inches by 1 inch is just a very small neck. So that's what I'm cutting. Then that's what I'm measuring. Then I'll just cut it out. So this is what I have after cutting it out. So I'm pinning the fabric together so that it won't move whenever I want to transfer it to the front bodice. So I'll just go ahead and pin. So now I've placed my back bodice on this fabric just to cut my front bodice. Then I'll measure 8 inches. This 8 inches will serve as the overlapping slope kind of at the front, the overlapping slope. So from that 8 inches over there, I'll just connect it to this lower part over here. I will tell you the measurement, like the excess measurement I have there very soon. So now then I will now connect from this top here to the 8-inch points. I hope you get just to make a slope from that neckline down to the edge of the front bodice. So this is what it will look like. So the 8 inches will stop around there. Then this is 4.5, like the extra I added at the front here is 4.5. So I just connect it downward. So I'll go ahead and cut. So in case you find this confusing, it's just to add 4.5 inch over there, then you connect from the edge down to the shoulder. That's just what you will do. So now for the band of the sleeve, so I should have cut out 4 inches, but my fabric was not enough, so I cut out 3 inches. Then for the neck collar is 4 inches. So the band, that is the sleeve collar, and the sleeve band is 3 inches, while the neck band is 4 inches. So you can use the same thing, that is 4 inches for both. So to know the length of the collar for the front, you measure the slope over there and the neckline of the back. So whatsoever you have, you add it together times 2. So mine, the front was 20 and the neckline for the back was 4.5. So that's 24.5 times 2. That's 49 inches. So now it's time to join our bodies together. So I'll start by joining the front to the back. So I'm trying to remove the pin for the back, then I'll place the front. You know it's overlapping, so I'll just place it just as if you want to sew a kimono. So I'm just spinning at that area. So that's where I'll be joining. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video, comment, subscribe, share with your friend. Thank you so much. So now what I will do is just to join this part with 1/2 inch. Just to join with 1/2 inch, then I'll be right back. So after joining, this is what I have. Then I've went ahead to join my collar, my band, the band, like the collar. So I went ahead to join it because it is pieces. So this is what I'm just trying to see if it will be enough. So for me to fix this band, you will leave extra 1 inch at this lower part, then you will connect, you will place the band. In case you have a joining at your band, just make sure it is matching at the back. That is the main point of the back. So just make sure it is matching, then you sew. Then for the front and for the sleeve band too, it's just pretty much easy. You fold it and you iron, then you place it on it. So after sewing it, this is what I have. Then I'm trying to balance out my front bodice. You know it is overlapping, so I'm trying to pin it down so that I can have a accurate measurement. I don't know if you get. I'm trying to balance it so that the front can be equal with the back. And for that to be equal, you have to overlap the front and the back. So the next thing to do is to fold the lower part 1/2 inch in such a way that we accommodate our elastic, our tiny elastic. Then for the elastic, you measure your waist measurement. My waist measurement is 27, so 27, I'll just take out like 2 inches from it. Then I will cut my elastic. So for this sewing at this lower part, make sure you leave like 1 inch opening at the lower part. That is where you will pass your elastic. So I'm passing my elastic through the channel. Then after passing it through it, you make a knot, or you can just stitch if that's the method that works for you. So me, most time I tie a knot, a very tiny knot, very small knots. Make sure it is very small. So I tie the knot, then I balance the elastic inside the top. So that's just what I'm doing now. So this is the final outcome. This is what the top look like. and it is very simple and very easy to make. So this is it on my body. So if you want it to be very close without opening any cleavage or whatsoever, you can make it like that. And if you want to open it, you can just widen the neck and it will work for you. So this is what it looks like, and this is what the back look like. So after making this top, I noticed that the sleeve is kind of too long for me, but if it is not too long, you can use my measurement, or if it is too long, you can just reduce it. Instead of using 14, you can use 12 or 11 inches. So this is what it looks like, and I really like the top because it's very easy, very free, it's comfortable, and you can rock it on both skirts or a trouser. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.